Hello friends, at the very outset, wish you all a very pleasant evening. Swapan is present here today with a new lesson on tenses, that is past simple or past indefinite tense. So let me write here past simple or past indefinite tense. Simple past, past indefinite tense. Simple past or past indefinite tense. Achha. Now here, let me give you the form first. Form subject plus V2 plus object. Now according to this form, let me give you an example first. He bought a lottery. At the same time, giving you another example. My sister has won a prize yesterday. Now let me tell you, do you think these two sentences are correct? Both these sentences are correct or not? What I am telling you here, according to the form, here it is he subject bought V2 a lottery, that is object. I mean, whatever is given in the form, everything is present here. He bought a lottery. But remember, this is not a correct sentence. In the same way, here you see my sister subject has won a prize yesterday. See here, my sister has won a prize yesterday. This sentence too is not a correct sentence. Now your question should be, why they are not correct sentences? Friends, probably you remember I gave you the rule while teaching you present perfect tense, and that rule was, if a time of the action is mentioned, use simple past. If no time is mentioned, use present perfect. Let me give you the rules once again. If the time of the action is mentioned, use simple past tense. In the same way, if the time of the if no time of the action is mentioned, use present perfect. See what I have written here. If the time of the action is mentioned, use simple past tense. If no time of the action is mentioned, use present perfect. that is use present perfect tense. Use present perfect tense. So what I tell you, if the time of the action is mentioned, use simple past tense. If no time of the action is mentioned, use present perfect tense. Present perfect tense means has or have plus V3. Present perfect tense means has or have plus V3. Here you see what I have written. He bought a lottery. Here subject, verb, object. But is there any time mentioned here when he bought a lottery? Here I write he won a lottery. I am writing he won a lottery. He won a lottery. It is V2. So here see, he subject won V2 a lottery, object. But is it mentioned when he won the lottery? 2 weeks back, or 2 months before, 2 years before, or 10 years before? No time is mentioned. And when no time is mentioned, we cannot consider it as an example of past simple. So why this sentence is wrong? Here he won a lottery, that is wrong because no time is mentioned although V2 is given. So if no time is mentioned, use simple past. If no time is mentioned, use present perfect. If time is mentioned, simple past. No time is mentioned, present perfect. See here. So here he won a lottery. It is wrong. In the same way, my sister has won a prize yesterday. See, here I have used present perfect tense. But time is mentioned, you see, time is mentioned. So if time is mentioned, there should be simple past tense. So here, if the time of the action is mentioned, use simple past tense. If no time of the action is mentioned, use present perfect, that is has or have plus V3. So how to correct this sentence? See, we can correct this sentence as he has won a lottery. It is correct because no time is mentioned when he won the lottery. So here remember, he has won a lottery. This should be the correction of this sentence, he won a lottery. This sentence is wrong because no time is mentioned here. In the same way, my sister has won a prize yesterday. Since the time is mentioned, here should be simple past. So here it should be my sister won a prize yesterday. See, since no time was mentioned, here it was wrong, and the correction I have done, that is he has won a lottery. It is the correction of the sentence. He won a lottery, that is wrong. He has won a lottery. The reason being, no time is mentioned when he won the lottery. Second sentence, my sister has won a prize yesterday. Time is mentioned and we have used here has won, that is present perfect tense. Is it? So what it should be, if time is mentioned, use simple past. Here my sister won a prize yesterday. So remember, if the time of the action is mentioned, use simple past tense. If no time of the action is mentioned, use present perfect tense. Perfect tense means has or have plus V3. So here I use my sister has won a prize yesterday. Since the time is mentioned here it should not be present perfect. Rather the correction should be my sister won a prize yesterday. That's it. In the same way, he won a lottery, no time is mentioned. Here the correction is he has won a lottery. Is it? I think you have been able to follow it. Now let me give you another example. Some more examples. They built a house last year. We visited the science exhibition last Monday. See here, my uncle visited Delhi. Subject V2 object. But is there any time mentioned? When my uncle visited Delhi? No, it is wrong. So what the correction should be? My uncle has visited Delhi. This should be the correction. Since no time is mentioned, I have used here present perfect tense. My uncle has visited Delhi. My uncle visited Delhi. It is wrong because no time is mentioned. In the same way, because she sang V2. See here subject, sang V2, a song object. In a function. Any time mentioned when she sang the song in the function, is there any time mentioned here? So no time is mentioned, it is wrong. What it should be? She has sung a song in the function. No time is mentioned, present perfect. No time is mentioned, present perfect. Whereas they subject built B2 a house object time mentioned last year. So this sentence is correct because time is mentioned, simple past tense is used. They built a house last year is right because time is mentioned. We visited the science exhibition last Monday. We visited the science exhibition last Monday. Time is mentioned. So time is mentioned when we visited the science exhibition. It is given, so it is also right. So remember, my uncle visited Delhi. It is wrong since no time is mentioned. My uncle has visited Delhi. That should be a correction. She sang a song in the function. No time is mentioned when she sang the song in the function. So here it should be she has sung a song in the function. It is present perfect tense. But they built a house last year. Time is mentioned. So here it is built, simple past tense. We visited the science exhibition last Monday. Time is mentioned last Monday, V2. I think you have been able to understand. So remember, where time of the action is mentioned, use present tense. No time is mentioned, present perfect. This rule you must remember, and I can give you the guarantee that you will be 100% successful in making use of this simple past tense and present perfect tense. So here, remember, I have given you the rules. That is, where time is mentioned, use simple past tense. Where no time is mentioned, use present perfect. Here I told you time is mentioned. The time is mentioned, use simple past. No time is mentioned, use present perfect. So time is mentioned, simple past, no time is mentioned, use present perfect tense. That has or have plus V3 plus object, here it is V2 plus object. Time is mentioned, use simple past, no time is mentioned, use present perfect. Generally we say simple past denotes an action which took place in the past. Right? But to make it very clear, I have given you the rule. You may be in confusion if I tell you that rule. But here it is very easy to understand. If time is mentioned, simple past, no time is mentioned, present perfect. But just see, I am writing a few sentences. Please look at the following sentences. Please look at the following sentences. Number 1. Shahjahan built the Taj Mahal at Agra. Number 2. Wrote the Ramayana. The Pandavas defeated the Kauravas. In the Mahabharata war. See these sentences. Please look at these sentences very carefully. Shahjahan built the Taj Mahal at Agra. Any time is mentioned? As per the rule I have given you, time is mentioned, simple past, no time is mentioned, present perfect. Here no time is mentioned when Shahjahan built the Taj Mahal at Agra. That means, do you mean to say Shahjahan has built the Taj Mahal at Agra? Is it? No. This sentence is absolutely right. Why I am giving you? Although no time is mentioned, this is absolutely correct. Valmiki wrote the Ramayana. When did Valmiki write the Ramayana? Is there any time mentioned? No. Still, it is right. The Pandavas defeated the Kauravas in the Mahabharata war. Is there any time mentioned? No. Still, it is right. Although no time is mentioned, it is right. Even I can write, see, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. No time is mentioned. Still, it is correct. Nawab Sirajuddaulah, the British defeated Nawab Sirajuddaulah in the battle of Panipat. So here Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. No time is mentioned. Still, it is correct. The British defeated Nawab Sirajuddaulah in the battle of Panipat. So this one, no time is mentioned. Still, it is correct. Is it? But why it is correct? You can ask me. Although just now I told you time is mentioned, use simple past. No time is mentioned, use present perfect. Still, although no time is mentioned here, why these sentences are correct? Now I am giving you the rules for these sentences. You see. Remember what I am telling you, the rules. Here it is rules for these sentences I am giving you. rules, not the rule I am giving you for these sentences. See, here what I am telling you. If the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense. Here, if the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense. Although no time is mentioned. So remember what I mean to say. See, for these sentences where no time is mentioned, I cannot write Valmiki has written the Ramayana. It is wrong. Valmiki wrote the Ramayana, absolutely correct. Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal at Agra, absolutely correct. The Pandavas defeated the Kauravas in the Mahabharata war. It is absolutely correct. Another example I gave you, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. No time is mentioned, still it is correct. The British defeated Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla in the battle of Panipat. That is correct, although no time is mentioned. So remember, under which circumstances you can use simple past tense, although no time is mentioned. I have given you the rule, if the action denotes a past historical truth. Remember, the condition is, if the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense, although no time is mentioned. So, although no time is mentioned, if the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense. And see all these sentences denoting a past historical truth. Shah Jahan built the Taj Mahal at Agra, past historical truth. Valmiki wrote the Ramayana, past historical truth. The Pandavas defeated the Kauravas in the Mahabharata war, historical truth. Now, Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat, historical truth. The British defeated Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla in the battle of Panipat. No time is mentioned, still it is denoting a past historical truth, so it is right. So here remember, general rule is where time is mentioned, use simple past, no time is mentioned, present perfect. But exception is there, that is, if the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense, although no time is mentioned. So here is the exception to this rule. This is the exception to the rule that I gave you, is it? So here past simple or past indefinite tense, the form I have given you, subject plus V2 plus object. But that is not the, that entire thing. If time is mentioned of the action, that is simple past, no time is mentioned, present perfect. But these cases, these are exceptional cases, and although no time is mentioned here, it can be an example of, or here it can be an example, or they can be an example of simple past tense because they denote a past historical truth. So the rule I have given you, if the action denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense, although no time is mentioned. This is an exception to this rule. So friends, I think you have all been able to understand this simple past tense clearly, and hereafter whenever you write simple past tense and present perfect, do follow the rules that I have given you. That is, if time is mentioned, simple past, no time is mentioned, present perfect. Exception to this rule is, if it denotes a past historical truth, use simple past tense. So in the next class, we will come, or I shall teach you past continuous tense, which is very, very easy. So good night. Thanks.